You never know how special or great a moment is until it's over. When we first started playing Minecraft, we didn't know the value of the time we were spending on it, because back then it was just a game to us. We consistently thought about and yearned for the future, but today the future is here, and instead of enjoying it, we're reminiscing about the time we spent building a house, playing survival games, or meeting a friend from the other side of the earth. We're not reminiscing about Minecraft, we're reminiscing about our childhoods. At 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, April 15th, 2021, Hive MC, one of Minecraft's most famous and oldest servers, had its plug pulled. The Hive was, in my opinion, Minecraft's all-time greatest server. You might instantly dismiss that because, oh, Hypixel is king. And don't get me wrong, Hypixel is a phenomenal server and it has many more minigames and players than the Hive did, but in my opinion, it simply isn't as memorable as its shut down counterpart. You see, for me, the Hive gave me some of the most memorable experiences I've ever had in gaming, and quite frankly, my whole life. I remember when I was 8ish, and every day I'd boot up a computer and watch DanTDM's Let's Plays on the Hive. At the time, I had only played Minecraft a few times, and despite being in love with the game, my parents wouldn't let me get it. So as a result, I was stuck just watching Minecraft on YouTube, and I was instantly hooked on Dan's server plays. I particularly fell in love with his series where he played hide and seek on the Hive. The game was fairly simple, yet completely original, and the way it played, combined with the way he presented it, made me fall in love with it. Over time, more minigames such as the lab were added, and Dan did a phenomenal job presenting those minigames as well. His interactions with the villager in the lab, whose name was Dr. Zuck, made this video super engaging for 9-year-old Zane. Eventually, in June of 2014, I finally got Minecraft on my iPad. This was a few years before the Bedrock edition of Minecraft even dared to exist, and back then, Hive was only on the Java edition of Minecraft, which some of you veterans might remember calling Minecraft PC/Mac edition. Finally, in December of 2015, I bought Minecraft on my laptop, and one of the first things I did was boot up the Hive and play hide and seek. For a few months, that minigame was one of the only things I could actually play, for the simple fact that I didn't even have a mouse for my laptop. But after a few months, I finally got a mouse, and I immediately began playing everything else the Hive had to offer. The Lab, Sky Giant, Sky Wars, Slapperoo, and most of all, Splegg. I used to make tons of videos on this server together with my friend Jacob, and routinely bother him about getting a screen recorder, which while he finally did, it always annoyed him into oblivion. After a while, around 2017, I moved on to Hypixel, as they had just come out with Bed Wars. That minigame was a boatload of fun for 12-year-old Zane, however it wasn't long before I got over it, and went back to doing other things on Minecraft. Over the next few years, my interest in Minecraft started dying out, but I still enjoyed occasionally booting up the game and casually playing Splegg on the Hive for a few minutes. As 2020 wore on, I started transforming from a small YouTuber with only 100 subscribers to a YouTuber with over 1,000 subscribers and hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of views. Thousands of people visited my 10-hour extensions of some of Minecraft's best songs, and one day, in January of 2021, as I was reading through the many stories that people love writing in my Minecraft comment sections, I stumbled across a comment that said the Hive was shutting down. I instantly Googled it and found out that in just a few months, my favorite, most nostalgic server was shutting down, and so with it, a vast majority of my childhood. I started playing the server a bit more, trying to get as much nostalgia out of it as I could before Doomsday. I wanted to shoot over 1 million eggs on Splegg before it died. However, sadly, I never reached that goal. Over the stream's final week or so, I streamed it on YouTube 5 different times, with the streams finally concluding on April 14th, 2021, with a 4.5 hour long stream that got some of the most views for a live stream I've ever gotten. I had a truly great time with fans and friends, playing the server together one final time. The next day, April 15th, 2021, I hopped on the Hive one final time to play it before it shut down in just a few hours. It was possibly the best time I've ever had playing it. The entire community, all grouped up, to take screenshots together and exchange Discord usernames, even though most of us had never heard of each other. In just a few minutes, I got to do what Minecraft is the best for, making new friends. I cannot describe how wonderful it was seeing all the screenshots of dozens of players taking their final pictures together. Despite knowing nothing about each other, we all came together one final time to make some of the best memories that we've ever made. As I wandered around the lobby and played my final games of hide and seek along with Splegg, I thought about all the good times with friends I had on this server. I remembered when my friend Jacob and I used to play Sky Giants and Sky Wars until we gradually drifted apart and haven't talked since middle school. I remembered the many times me and my old best friend Owen played this server. We played so many different games on it, the best of them being Splegg and Sky Wars. These memories were particularly painful because of the fact that him and I are no longer on speaking terms, and I just cannot express how much I wish I could have played one more round of Splegg with him before the server shut its doors. In the server's final 2 hours or so, something happened that hasn't happened in a long time, possibly years. Over 3.7 thousand people joined, and the server reached maximum capacity. As a matter of fact, so many people were complaining on the Hive's Discord about not being able to get in that the admins put the server in maintenance to try and expand its capacity before going away. Instead of doing that, they completely screwed up and made it so that only premium members of the Hive could get in, thus preventing us regular players from being able to make our final goodbyes. And thus, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, the Hive, one of Minecraft's oldest, most nostalgic, and greatest servers, closed its doors for the last time. The final total number of people who played it is 13,674,343 players. And thus, not only does a period in the history of Minecraft come to an end, but also our childhoods. In the end, the Hive was my childhood. Seeing it go, after it being a major part of my life for 8 years, was literally like losing a friend. Out of respect for the server, I made the decision to keep it on my server list. And now, every time I go to load up a server, I'll have to be constantly reminded that the glory days of Minecraft are long gone, flooded with nostalgia and memories every time. You see, while Hypixel might be the instant go-to server whenever you play with your friends, the server is so big that it just feels corporate. Heck, the team behind it is even making their own game. While I'm perfectly fine with big servers, Hypixel is just so corporate that I can't make the memories I could on Hive. The Hive may not have been Minecraft's biggest server. It might not have been the best managed either, but it was just fun. You can add hundreds of new items and things to Minecraft that I'll forget about in a month. But to me, it's not Minecraft without the nostalgia of what it once was. Maybe it was staring in awe at a massive jungle. Maybe it was trying to evade a seeker in hide and seek. Or maybe it was staying up all night playing random servers with friends. Whatever it was, Minecraft will always hold a beautiful spot in our hearts. And the experience that we had could never have been possible without the Hive. And that's something I, along with 13 million other Minecrafters, will always be grateful for.